Good afternoon, everyone.
Wake up.
Good morning, Jackie. Wake up. It's 6 a.m. there. See, I told you it'd be morning for someone. It's morning for somebody, and that's all that matters. Welcome, Melissa's Bible 101, and John Nada, and Jackie, and Parody Mike slash Parody Bear. You guys are awesome for being here this early. So we have nothing planned at all. We just wanted to go live and see how everyone's doing. And Mr. Super, how are you doing?
Doing okay given the circumstances. Sorry about the loss of one of our own. For those of
Yes.
you who may or may not know, we lost a good friend of this community, Zulu One. His real name was Mark. Left behind a wife and a son that just graduated. Uh, had a heart attack during a live stream, so we've lost one of our soldiers. So this whole episode is a tribute to our friend, fallen
Yeah.
warrior. Zulu One, you will be missed, my friend.
And we wanted to be here in case anybody was feeling, like they needed to be around people. Because we know a lot of people in the community spend a lot of time alone. And I did not know them, but I know a lot of you did. And I know Mr. Super was very close to him. So we're just thinking that maybe we should come on here and just, give you guys something to do and talk if you want to talk and, you know,
And join us if you like. We're going to post the link, right, Sandy?
yeah. So if anyone would like to join us, you're welcome to. If you'd like to say anything about Mark or anything you want to talk about in Mandela Effect, you want to talk about Mr. Super's music, anything you want to talk about, you're welcome to come on. Hey, Pushing Buttons. Pushing Buttons says you both are great for doing this. And Melissa says, oh, I'm so sorry.
Thanks, Pushin'.
Yeah, so, Mr. Super, do you want to play a song for Mark?
I've got one I'd like to play, but it's copyright, and that would cause
I
you
don't,
issues.
I don't mind that. I only minded it for the outro because the outro is going to be played every time. I don't mind for the show.
Okay, I'm posting the Streamyard link. If you can pin my message, Sandy.
Yes, I have to go into YouTube. Give me one moment.
I'll prep a song while you're doing that.
That sounds good. Hey, Supernatural Bible Changes, she said. Hey guys, sorry to hear about the passing of Zulu One. Please, if you can, say some prayers for his wife and his son. I can't even imagine. I mean, I lost my stepdad the same, not live on air, but the same way. And it flips your whole world upside down.
Yes.
Link is pinned. So,
The song.
like we said, if anyone would like to join us, you're welcome to. Not going to be a very long show. We don't know what we're even doing. Maybe we'll do a couple Mandelas. Maybe we're definitely going to play some music because Mr. Super has a song for in memory of Mark. Pushing Button says hugs and throat punches forever.
Yeah, there you go. I have a screen shared.
There you go.
of the rising sun. Well, I got one foot on the platform, the other foot on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain, 'cause there is a house in New Orleans. They call it the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one.
I was muted. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm until we have someone join or think of something else. I did put in the private chat give you a local Christmas Mandela effect, just to get people into the spirit, because Mandela Days is coming up. I do have an announcement to make. The show days and time will be uncertain until January. And Mr. Super says he will help where he can when he can. But Jeff is telling me he cannot do any shows until January. So, yeah, I don't have a co-host until January. At the biggest time of the year, Christmas. Christmas is my biggest show of the year, next to Mandela-ween. And,
it's going to take the whole team.
Yeah. Yeah, so I still have to talk to Ray, and I still have to talk to Jeremy. If anybody wants to help out. Yeah, Jeff is fine. It's just work-related. His work schedule's picking up because of the holiday.
Just busy.
Yeah.
So the link is pinned. This is a short stream. Anybody is welcome to join.
Yeah.
We need some people. Come up, chat. Have a chat.
When you join us, if you don't want to be on camera, you just turn the camera off and you pick an avatar. You don't have
Easy
to be on
peasy.
camera. Yep. Alright, so just to get you guys into the spirit, here we go. This is a local Mandela. I don't expect anyone to know this. A local attraction has been Mandela'd. It upsets me very much because I have been to it many times. Well, I've driven through it. I've driven through it. You can go on, Mr. Super. I don't even know if I did it in question format, because I didn't expect anyone to know this. In the East Passyunk neighborhood of South Philadelphia, a few blocks of South 13th Street is perpetually decorated for Christmas. It's always decorated. They just don't turn the lights on until after Thanksgiving. Next slide, please. The lights stay off until November, but when they come on, it's a magical experience of lights, music, block parties, a train for kids, and a drive-through attraction for vehicles. So they have like stuff going on the street as well, but people just drive through. That it's crazy, crazy traffic between now and Christmas. Maybe even New Year's. They probably have the lights up till New Year's.
Go ahead.
Yes, please. It's completely decorated, funded, and kept up by the residents of these homes. And I have driven through here every year that I have lived in Philly that I had a car. I haven't had a car for a few years, so. It's been a couple since I've been there. Go ahead, Mr. Super. The name mirrored the movie Miracle on 34th Street. The banner over the street used to say, and it was called Miracle on 13th Street. So there's a banner, and it was Miracle on 13th Street. A play on Miracle on 34th Street. But it's no longer that. Go ahead, Mr. Super. But it's been Mandela. It's always been the Miracle on South 13th Street. That's the actual banner across the street. The lit up banner that they have. Yeah.
That "the" is popping up in front of all kinds of stuff lately.
Yeah, but the South popped up. The South wasn't there either.
Well, I know. Yeah. I'm just saying that little "the" is popping up in front of everything. See.
Mm-hmm. It makes me
Crazy.
queasy just looking at it. It's totally true. So here's a video. Residue. They titled it Miracle on 13th Street, the way I remember it. Just to give you an idea of what it looks like. I believe that Pushin. Pushin says, I may have noticed a similar name change. It may have gone the opposite way, however. I don't know if he's talking about Miracle on 13th Street or Jackie, who said, someone I know had a name change recently from Rachel E.L. to Rachel A.E.L. Super freaky. I can't imagine how many lights. You can see some of the houses have less while others have more because it really is paid for by the homeowners. And I would be curious to know, they may even chip in for neighbors that can't afford it. Pushin was referring to Jackie. So here's the current reality. In real life holiday light show Miracle on South. They don't have the there though. They have South 13th Street. The Miracle on South 13th Street.
Isn't that weird? You can always find like every variation like that.
Yes. So we have both the and just Miracle, but they all have South, which is crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know that's the name of the street, but like for example, we used to live years ago at 9th and Cantrell, okay? I never said South 9th. Never. Not once. It was 9th and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't say it. Yes, that's the address, but like South is the address, but we don't say it. Unless we're writing it out on a, you know, like what's your address? And you write down the address. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, the next one. Here's Residue. Miracle on, that is an S there. I did put a red block around it. But Miracle on 13th Street. 30 seconds at the Miracle on 13th Street block party. So they do block the street off to drivers. Hey, Voy, good to see you. For the block parties. I think that's Christmas Eve.
It's an open panel, Voy. Come on up.
Yep. The link is pinned at the top. I'm going. So there's the trolley inside the trolley. They even decorate it with lights inside the trolley. And Christmas Village, which is supposed to be the Christmas Village. I just realized that at the bottom. The Christmas Village and Love Park. That's awesome. Christmas Village, and I'm saying Christmas Village now. The Christmas Village. All right, so City Hall, okay, has this huge open plaza outside of it. And that is across the street from Love Park. The Christmas Village spans that plaza and Love Park. And it's all these little huts, these wooden huts of stores. Like, you know, like everything from Starbucks will rent out a hut to people who make their own stuff at home. Like it's a huge, beautiful village that they make every Christmas. And I always wanted to go walk around, and I kept saying I'd go next year. And then I got sick. And I can't walk around anymore. Right. So never put off something like that, guys. If you want to do something like that, you never know.
If it seems easy now, just do it then.
Yep, make time. Hello, Karen. Sadly, Karen is on Rumble.
Nice.
You're late because I also didn't send a link because this was like last minute. Normally I send Karen a link. Oh no, I just read the comment. Oh, how's he doing, Karen? Her puppy hurt his leg.
Oh.
I don't know if she wants me to say his name. Tell the little boy I hope he feels better. Lori's in the chat.
Cool.
I'm sending her a text really quickly. You can go to the next one while we do that.
What up, sis? Next slide's up.
Yep, so here we go again. Known as Miracle on 13th Street. Yes, that is what it was. Hello, Richard Minnick. So we got Lori, Richard, Mr. Super. There's a message for you from Boy. He would love to join, but he's got to tend to his kitchen. Oh, we won't be here that much later, Boy. Oh, Richard, thank you. Richard says Merry Christmas. That really helps. I'm like maybe like $15 away from them actually sending me money. It helps a lot. Thank you, Richard. Merry Christmas. Oh, I also want to say thank you to Pushin' Buttons. He saved Flickr. Everyone thank Pushin' Buttons for saving Flickr.
Woohoo! Pushing Buttons pulls it off again.
Flickr was about to disconnect. I know that because after I paid it, it told me that it expires again in less than 2 weeks.
So you got the "you're on thin ice" lady message?
Yes, I am. Yes. We can go to the next one.
Message received. Thank you.
Oh no. Hold on a second. Can I give an update? Let me do private. I will say the little boy will be okay for now. Like for now, that's all I can say. The little boy will be okay.
Good.
So, yes. So here's Miracle on 13th Street again. I'm just showing you guys. It was definitely Miracle on 13th Street. It was never the miracle on South 13th Street. It's accurate. It is accurate. It is on South 13th Street, but it was
Just
not that.
never been listed like that ever. Get it?
Okay, so are you still listening, or do I have to write all this?
Who, me?
No. I'm sending Karen a message.
Oh.
Okay, she's listening. So, she just gave me permission to say, Dewey, his knee is hurt. He can't walk on it, but the vet helped him out, and he's going to be okay.
The algorithm chewed up his name. It did. When you said his name, it got chewed up.
Oh, no. You're saying the stream in your ear.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Just the dogs. When you said his name, it went, oh,
Dewey.
Like
Dewey.
the demons ate his name.
Oh, no, that's not good. No. Can't have that. But Karen, please give Dewey a hug and a kiss for me and tell him I said I hope he feels better soon.
Yeah.
For those of you just joining us, Dewey is Karen's puppy. So that's really hard to see at the bottom, but it says Boathouse Row, Miracle on 13th Street Lights. Actually, let me hide the comment for a second. Let me see what that says. Driving through Miracle on 13th Street Lights. That's what it says. I have top Miracle on 13th Street.
Mm-hmm.
I am trying to give a heart. There we go. That's interesting. It's just a black screen. Oh, okay. So does anyone know this place? And if you do you remember it like I do? Because I was very upset over this. I've come to accept this now. This was 2 years ago. Google remembers my reality. So on the next slide, I'm going to show you that Google does remember what I remember. Push a button says you're welcome. Oh, Richard, this is a play on Miracle on 34th Street. This is a physical location in Philly that you drive through. They have stuff going on the sidewalks. They do block parties. It's decorated all year long, but they light it up from November to, I think, New Year's. And it's on 13th Street, so it was called the Miracle on 13th Street, like Google says right here. But now it's the Miracle on South 13th Street. So it's definitely Mandela. Yeah,
Nothing to see here.
Yeah. I didn't think people would have seen it before. Welcome to Pete Hammer. And welcome to the 1500 Club. Let me just fix that really quick. Just let you know our shows slides. Yeah, pictures. Yeah, these are just to show you how beautiful it is. For those of you who are just coming to our live shows, our normal live shows are late at night, usually Saturday, but sometimes Sunday. And it's normally Mandela Effects After Dark. This is a special show I have with Mr. Super once in a blue moon, because this is episode 2. I think episode 1 was a year ago.
Yes, hon, I remember. Oh, boy.
Jackie says, I love watching the New York YouTube lives every year to see what Christmas is like over there. I'm curious. I mean, in Australia, it's summer. I can't imagine Christmas in the summer. You know?
Well, I lived in Arizona, so I went through a few summer Christmases.
Well, actually, I did experience one. 1 year in New Jersey, in Philadelphia, It was 85 degrees on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
That was bizarre. Turning on the AC on Christmas.
On Christmas, yeah. Sure enough. That's
So
the
no
end
one's...
of that presentation.
Yes, I have to find something else. No one's going to join us today? The link is
Not
posted at the top if you'd like to hop in.
not looking good.
I don't do this often. I very
Right?
rarely put the link in the chat. This is like your chance to hop on and say hi.
There it is. That's how it all begins.
You know what we should do? We should do some of the ones that I don't have the music for. Actually, this one is music. I figured let me do the music ones because we're going to get copyrighted anyway, so you might as well go full on copyright, right?
Once you cross that line, why not, right? Unless you want to edit them
Here's
out, you
one.
know? Because
Yeah. Oh, Boy's here.
cool.
Yeah.
Welcome, Boy.
Yeah, now I feel guilty because you're finally streaming at a Christian time,
Right?
for for my timeline. So
Well, if we can't get them with love, we'll guilt them in, boy. We don't care. We're shameless, dude.
yeah, well, you did it. Now I'm here.
All right, now we got a show. Woo woo!
Yeah, but yeah, you guilted me into it.
I'm so
all
sorry.
right,
I
man.
didn't mean
We're
to
just-
guilt you into it, but we're happy you're here.
We just planned like an hour or so stream, just throwing random stuff at the wind. A little, tribute to Zulu One, a chance for the community to come together and sharing the link. Like Sandy said, it's a rare thing for us to do it like this. So jump on, have a word.
Talk
And
about Zulu One. I mean, dying like that, passing away like that, doing what you love to do most.
Right in the middle of it, dude.
I mean, that's. I mean, you got to give it to him. That's a super. I mean, that's a way to go there,
I mean, if you got to go, you might as well do it like that, I suppose.
right? It's like how do you say this in English? Dying in the saddle,
Yeah. On your feet.
a quick question for the chat. Pete Hammer is saying, did I miss some latest Mandela effects? When was the last time you caught the show? Because I have new ones every week.
Oh, I've never had a close one, or it's a personal or a local one, but I walked into a bunch of trees the other day, like old trees, and they were never there. And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
No, they were never there.
Well,
So I'm not gonna bother anybody about it. Like, do you? No, I'm just. They looked like they were always there, so I'm just nah. No, they weren't. But
Yeah, this is a wild, shifty place, man. Woo.
it is. With the local ones, luckily I have a friend who lives a few blocks away who remembers them like I do. So it makes you feel a little bit better that,
yeah, I can imagine.
especially there's a street. And the craziest part about this street, it's all right. So in our past, it was City Line Avenue, okay? But the street has always been City Ave, no line. But there are businesses on the street, City Line Avenue Laundromat, City Line Avenue Cafe. There are businesses on the street with the line in it. On the news, they will say, accident on City Line Avenue. They will, like, the residue is so overwhelming that there's no way anyone could deny it. If the news is saying City Line Avenue. But if you go back to maps, I have maps going back to the 1700s. It's just City Ave. All the signs, City Ave. Everything, City Ave. But something Pushing Button said in the chat. It is for the loss of Zulu One, but Zulu One did trivia. He had trivia shows.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was usually a theme. So that's kind of what I'm doing here with the Mandela effects, because the Mandela effects are usually in trivia format.
It's very similar. Yeah.
And the theme is going to be Christmas, because we're trying to get into the Christmas spirit. And I got Mandela Days coming up, so I thought, let me get through some of the older ones that people may have missed. And specifically, I'm going to try to stick to the music ones, because we're going to get copyrighted. So might as well, because you get copyrighted with every music one. And
the thing about the music one, the thing about Painted Black, right? The Rolling Stones.
Right.
I remember being like I don't know, how old was I? Like 15, 18 years old, trying to cover that song, right? And even though there was internet at the time, we didn't use it as much, right? But
dial up and inconvenient and all that. Yeah.
No, but I mean, I remember it being there, and it being available. But what we used to do was just listen to the song deeply, and I remember listening to the song and hearing, it says "Painted Black," dude. It was like, it's a, yeah. So, to me, it's not so much. Of course, it's a Mandela effect, but for me, that actually happened in 1989, 1990, something like that.
Yeah.
It happened a lot earlier for you. I get it. I don't understand why that happens, but it does. It happens all the time.
I shared my first Mandela effect goes back even farther than that for me into the 70s, about 74. I had just done a book report on Ray Kroc buying the McDonald's franchise from the McDonald's brothers. And we pulled up into a McDonald's parking lot that I knew as McDonald's. So all the way back then, I recognized that something was awry.
And you know what? That might be why I'm not affected by that one. Because it seems like Mr. Super and I are from the same reality.
Yes.
And if that switched before I was born, that makes sense.
Yeah, because you always knew it as McDonald's, but they don't call it a Big Mick, do they? It's a Big Mac.
No, they don't. It's a Big Mac.
Yeah. And so there's this other early one that I also remember. When I came back from South Africa, we emigrated to South Africa, and then we traveled back again a year later, or a small year later. And I remember the fashion being changed because I went to a different school in a different district. The whole, how do you call this, composition was different. And I remember the All-Star, Converse All-Stars, right?
Right.
And of course they were on the outside, right? And I also remember, I have this distinct memory, like walking up these stairs and seeing all these other feet walking up the stairs too, and looking at a lot of people were wearing Converse All-Stars, and I was looking at these brands, like, and I was thinking, like, do people still wear their left shoes on their right feet and their right shoes on the left feet? That's not a thing when you're in high school, is it? Right?
No.
But I distinctly remember having that memory. Like what? Huh? Like huh?
So in where I will look into this. I'm sorry. Which country was it a fad in your past? In South Africa?
No, that was in the Netherlands. That was when I returned.
In the Netherlands. Yeah. I will look into that.
And so
see if there's any residue.
Very preppy, very how do you say, high grade school, And so Yeah, yeah. Golf. Dude, I remember golfing. You know, people walked around in golfing attire. You know, it was golf and punk. You know, golf and punk were the ways to go back in the day.
You like to golf?
Hey.
No, no.
Hi, Analog Line. And Andy's in the chat. Hey, Andy.
I did
And
like
Matrix Break.
Yeah.
You what,
I
boy?
have to-
I did like the punk. You know.
Oh yeah. I could take or leave golf, but I played it for a couple of years. I'm kind of OCD like that. Even if I don't like something, I'll stick with it until I really master it. Then I can walk away from it. So I played golf until I got good at it, and then I left it alone.
Well, there was this guy in my. He's somewhat related to me. You know, somebody who got married to my family and who got married to that family, and so. But he tried golfing one day. And the people who taught him how to golf looked at him like, "Wow, this guy's natural." You know, he just
yeah.
he just knew how to swing, and they taught him how to swing like within 6 months, he was a teacher
Mm-hmm.
because he was just a natural, and you know, just by trying golf, he became a teacher, a well-known teacher.
It's funny like that. When you've really spent the time to master something, you recognize when it comes really easily for someone like that, what you could do with somebody that already has that starting point.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I had this guy that was actually running a band. He was the drummer, but somehow he was in charge of the whole band. And he didn't know nothing about music. And I could have like filled the gaps for him very easily, but the talent that he had as a drummer and like his strength and a lot of things about his character, he didn't technically know anything about music, but the stuff that he already like inanely knew was the stuff that was impossible to teach. He just needed the theory. I mean, and he wouldn't allow me to like get him ready. He was going to go to school for it. And I'm like, dude, we could sit down for 3 hours. I'll have you hooked up, man. And he wouldn't do it. So, Joey, bless you, man. I hope you learned it the hard way. I would have made it easier, brother.
There's no good end to this story yet.
I don't know how it turned out, dude. In the long run, I've lost contact. But like Jenny came to me to take music lessons a couple of months ago, and now we've had 8 sessions. She started wanting to learn one instrument, which is kind of a taboo thing for me. If you want to learn an instrument from me, you're really going to have to learn more than one to keep up. Because you can't play any given instrument for as many hours as you need to. And some instruments make like the scales easier or more visual or those sorts of things. So really, for the amount of time that you're going to invest in learning an instrument, you can learn many. So Jenny came to me wanting to learn one. She now currently already by the 8th lesson is playing 8 different instruments.
That's what I want to say. That it should kind of come natural, right? I mean,
yeah.
If you learn to play one thing or one thing with strings, then you want to know like, oh, or you want to know something completely different, like something acoustic or something how do you call rhythmic.
Right. Yeah. You've got drumming and all the techniques that go with rhythm. You've got wind instruments that are all about breath control. You've got strings that are like a whole different mystery because you're playing more than one string at a time. So
yeah,
you're into chord theory. You're kind of in the deep end of the theory pool right out of the gate. So man, but bravo! I mean, yeah, hats off.
There's these people that go totally academic, gung ho on just mastering a cello or a violin, and you're gonna need those people, you know.
I want to say hello to Alone in the chat, Sean Dent, and I think that's all that jumped in. I don't think I meant. Oh, Jehovah's daughter Barbara's here. Hi.
Hi, Barbara.
I haven't been here in so long.
Matrix break.
Yes, Matrix break. Oh, I have them. That little heart-eyed smiley face is so cute. I've never seen it before. That's why I have it on the screen.
And Jennifer's in the chat right now. I was just talking about her. She popped in. Hi, Jennifer. Bravo, my hat's off to you.
Which one's Jennifer?
Matrix Break.
Oh, Matrix Break. Okay, good. Hi, Jennifer. The link is there if you'd like to join.
Yes, it's going to be a short stream, but everybody's welcome. The link is pinned.
And I did put a couple music Mandela effects in the private chat for you. And there's one more, and then I think we're good. The other one's only like 3 slides.
What's that? Like that's the Jackson 6?
No, that is a Christmas song. That is Mandela.
Okay. I did like I do like the Mandela effect of the Jackson 5, and it's just 6 people, So then,
yes.
In one point in time, I think it was like in a span of 2 years, there was like 18 months in which the Jackson 5 was composed of 6 Jacksons.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, right? Right on the album cover, it says the Jackson 5, and there's 6 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of them is named Randy, not the Randy Jackson from American Idol, but a different Randy Jackson that I've never heard of.
Yeah. Some of them are so obvious like that. I mean, like, come on, you can deny them all you want, but explain just this one for me, would you please?
Yeah. People will tell you.
Makes sense.
People will tell you, you can get fooled by pictures on the internet very easily, and that's true. That's true. That's true. But these are usually not the people that spend most of their time on the internet, because like we did. It's like
right. Our filters are on 11. It's hard to get anything by us.
But they're telling us. But they are telling us that we need to take. We're like, yeah. But, I mean.
I agree. I actually just did a PSA last weekend, about AI art again, because there's gonna be a time where it's going to be very hard.
Yeah, because you can see it, right? I can see it too. Like, there's so many thumbnails being made by AI for obvious reasons,
right?
But I think that you and I can recognize it most of the time.
At this point, boy.
At this point, right?
Sandy's saying, like, we're coming up on a time where those lines are getting blurred more and more every day, and someday you're going to be left second guessing. You can look and discern it pretty quickly right now. But there will come a point where you'll really have to take the time to like cross-analyze whether you want to accept it or not as real.
Yeah, we're going to need another machine to find out whether it's a machine.
Right? What do you guys think about all these humanoid robots that Elon wants everybody to own at least one? They're only going to be $30,000, and they self-learn, so over time they can do anything. They can bring you cigarettes. They can wash your dishes, get you something out of the refrigerator if you're feeling too lazy. Who knows? Maybe it goes all the way to like foot rubs and worse. Who knows, dude? I don't know what to think of
cigarettes. I mean, within 15 years, cigarettes will be prohibited from all over the world. So you're gonna only buy cigarettes in Poland. So everybody's gonna use their robot.
So I see. So if you want cigarettes and a robot, act quickly.
Yeah.
I don't see that going over well in the United States.
They're pushing it now like it's a friendly, good idea. Everybody should have at least one. Talk about deploying an army right under your eyes. Did anybody see the movie I, Robot, or is it just me? Come on, man.
Oh no, I saw it.
All of a sudden, their eyes light up red, and they all start hive-minded, doing the same thing. Like, yes, I know where the knives are. Yes, I know where the guns are. You have 2 seconds to comply. Wait, I'm in my house. Doesn't matter. Like, there's no reasoning with those. Come on.
Yeah.
Really quickly, welcome, Keck.
Keck. That's a
Yeah, Keck. I have a lot of. I have my own theory, which I've covered in the past, but we can't get into that today. But I do have it in previous live streams. I have my own theory. But the Bing Crosby song above that was posted by Pete was I'll Be Home for Christmas. It was You Can Count on Me. And now it's planned. But that's not the only part of the song that's Mandela for me. It goes on to say, please have snow and mistletoe and presents blank the tree. And for me, it was and presents under the tree. And now it's on the tree. Because you can picture, a bike
It doesn't make any
on
sense.
a tree.
That doesn't make any sense.
So, yeah, under. And Kelly Clarkson still sings Under the way I remember it. But, yeah, that's an old one. I do have a newer one in the private chat of Bing Crosby. And I also have the Jackson 5 one. And I have the Dean Martin one.
Holy crap. You want me to start at the top here, Sandy?
Yeah, sure. It's the second one. The first one we already did.
Yeah. They're ghosting out as I use them.
This is the long one. The other two are very short.
So we'll flip through the slides quickly.
Yes.
Share this tab instead.
I see it. So here we go. And Boyd, please feel free to answer. True or false? That Dean Martin's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Dean Martin switches to singing with a German accent at the end of the song. If you saw this in previous Christmas shows, just answer what you originally answered. Do you remember Dean Martin switching to German in the middle of the song? Yes or no? A German accent.
Fuck no. Hell
No.
Come on. Don't be ridiculous. Come on.
That's what I said. This is ridiculous. So ridiculous.
How did you come up with this, Sandy? What?
I love Christmas music. I love it.
Me too.
During the Christmas season.
I'm a romantic.
Yes. And I was listening to it in the car because I used to drive 4 hours a day. An hour to drive Joey to work, an hour to pick him up, and then round trip was 2 hours. So I was in the car 4 hours a day. And I heard it on the radio and almost spit my coffee out all over the windshield. So in the chat, we have heck no from Barbara. Nope.
I hope I
Jen.
never hear it.
You're going to hear it. I'm sorry. It's in the presentation. Cushion says no. Analog Lime is no way.
I might just leave the studio.
Sean Dent is not originally. Karen is no. And Karen, if you want to join everyone else, it's okay if you leave Rumble. I feel bad. Pushing Button says 9. I would too, Barbara. I would. I just don't have a car anymore. And it's hard for me to listen to music because Apple Music, I can't pay for it. Yes, Mr. Super. I've covered a few things. There's even a movie coming out that's very disturbing.
Yeah, Jack Black.
Yep. Richard Minnick says, F no. All right, let's go on. The answer is true. I can't read that. Let me make it bigger. I have never heard him sing with a German accent before. This is the version on all of his Christmas albums and the song that plays on the radio every year. We can go on.
Haha.
Yes, I will not be using this font again.
Yikes. Back. That's awful.
Which is where I heard is today?
So question 2. Then how the reindeer loved him, as they shouted out with glee, blank the red blank reindeer, you'll go down in history.
No,
Now,
you don't want to hear what I could put in those blanks.
I don't. No.
I'm
The red
asking
nose.
for Dean Martin's version, though.
Rudolph
Oh,
the
God.
Red-Nosed. Rudolph the Red-Nosed.
Now I have to go wash my brain.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on for a minute.
With soap. With soap.
Definitely, at least so.
Oh.
Maybe gasoline.
Hold on a second. Thank you to the 12 watching over on Rumble. You guys are awesome. I think that's the most I've ever had watching on Rumble at one time. You guys are awesome.
Oh
Yay.
my God. Don't anybody read my mind right now, please.
Well, it's going to get bad anyway, so you may be remembering what it is.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I'm asking people to think about specifically Dean Martin's version. Thank you so much, Jim. I'm going to put yours up after I get the answers from the chat. Thank you so much, Jim. I think you guys are going to make it so I actually get paid this month. And that's awesome. All right, so Barbara says Rudolph the red nose, no D, nose. Richard Minnick, Rudolph nose, duh, with a D. No D for pushing buttons, nose. Red nosed for Matrix Break, Rudolph. Back to Jim, let's see. Supernatural Bible Changes says Rudolph and red nosed with a D. The potty mouthed Christmas song, says Sean. Yes, Richard, thank you. Smash that like button. On Rumble as well, please. With glee, Rudolph, says Karen. Boy says, woohoo, which you could say live. Go ahead.
No,
Yeah, you can say yours.
Mr. Supersized Wonder only said nothing. Like he didn't.
Oh,
say...
yeah. I was holding back and let everybody kind of
Yeah,
say
you
something
are.
before I didn't want to influence anybody, right? So it's Rudolph the Red-Nosed with a D as well for me.
And hello to Daniel. Yes, long time no see or hear. I recently survived 66 days inside of a homeless shelter. Oh my gosh.
That's
Oh,
rough.
well, we're happy you're back and that you're out of there. That's wonderful news. It's not wonderful news that you were there. It's wonderful news that you moved on from there.
Correct.
Oh, good to see you, Daniel. All right, we can go on. Hello, Graffiti Tattooed. Okay. In my past, he did not sing Rudy in the last verse, but it was red nose for me, not nosed. In 2019, I covered it changing from nose to nose. Duh. So those of you that remember nose, red nose, like I do, it is nose, duh, with a D. But Dean Martin sings at the end of the song Rudy now, not Rudolph. Next slide, please. We didn't get to the bad part yet. In the last verse, Dean sings Rudy the Red, I'm going to say this with quotes, beaked. Like your nose is a beak.
Right.
Right?
Like a bird.
Except that's a man's-excuse, or not even a man's-excuse. That is the FCC trying to make it clean when it's not. Because when you hear it, you're going to hear that he does not sing beaked.
That doesn't even make sense. It's not a fucking duck.
Oh, it's going to get worse. Next slide, please.
Buckle up, please.
I just went to the kitchen because I thought I'll catch up. But
yeah, you thought I'm not going to miss anything in 10 seconds. What?
I did.
Man's excuse. Listen to this. Remember the switch to the German accent? He doesn't sing beaked. He actually sings dicked.
Oh my God, they did read my mind.
Oh, this gets. I'm gonna get back to the kitchen, and I hope it gets back to normal again.
Yeah, we'll be back to normal in 15 seconds. Hurry.
So, but they changed it to beaked in the lyrics to be family friendly. The man's excuse is that he was drunk when this was recorded and he was messing around. Except I've never heard him sing this. I've never heard him sing in German. I've never heard him sing Rudy. I've never heard him sing beaked or deeked or dicked. It was always Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And
freaking incredible, Sandy. Wow.
Yeah. I found this on November 14th, 2021. Next slide, please.
I thought, what would I put in there if I worked for Disney as a cartoonist? Oh, yeah. I got it.
That's why I was laughing at you, because I'm like, it's probably correct.
I'm probably seeing it right. Holy crap.
We don't have to read all this, but the bottom does say, you can tell he's going off the deep end when he starts referring to the lovable Rudolph as Rudy, like he's an old drinking buddy. And if you listen closely, it does sound like Scotch glasses are clinking in the background. It gets a bit more bizarre, even before the final fateful verse, as Martin goes into this crazy German accent with the line, Rudolph with your nose so bright, won't you glad... I can't even say it. Just play it. Go to the next slide and play it.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it's at the end. So here is Red-Beaked Reindeer, Drunk Dean Martin. Didn't sound drunk the entire song, but he sounds drunk here. Okay, go on. Next song. Next slide.
He's a fast drinker.
Can you hold these people responsible that made these posts?
Yeah, hold them all responsible.
Yeah, let's keep these people.
This is getting better all the time. Oh my.
That's not nice, Jim, but you're entitled. You're entitled. Jim says I usually catch the PM replays, so I fast forward Boston Ray. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That should actually be read around the nosed part, but I'll take it. This is Dean Martin's lyrics where he says the other
Rudy,
thing.
the other thing. Yeah.
So next, please.
Very
We're going to get to the
classy.
music. Here it is. Here it is, guys. Mine Slay Tonight.
No. It's my vote.
No.
Voy's probably throwing up on himself if he's back. Sorry, Voy.
Dude, I was just in the kitchen. I was
What could be crazier when I get back to the screen? Oh,
like,
they did it.
Did
It is crazier.
What did I hear? That like what? Was denn bitte? Was ist das denn bitte? Überhaupt.
Hold on, I have to give a wrench out, guys. Welcome, Martin Haley.
Was ist los?
And welcome to the 1500 Club, and also welcome to General Sorrow, who says, I don't think Dean Martin did sober. Indoctrinated is here. My life is complete now.
Nice.
Da ist Menge los. Da ist Menge los. Point. Yeah.
Let's see if I missed anyone. Okay.
Yep.
You're welcome, Martin.
Ryan completes me. Yeah, I'm good now.
We're all complete. Okay, let's hear the abominations.
Here we go.
First, I didn't hear beaked.
Wow.
I did not hear beaked with a B. I did not hear that. Oh,
What did you hear?
boy.
Ich habe dann gar nichts gehört. Überhaupt nichts.
So, sums it up right there.
Nichts. Ich weiß nichts.
You'll only hear it on this channel.
I plead the fifth.
Download it before we get censored.
Richard says, "Why not blue?"
Beaked.
Oh no!
Beak. Come on, man.
I know nothing. I tell you nothing.
We're rolling past this now. Yes. Have we had
Really
enough?
quickly, yes. I just want to explain to prove to you it was on the radio. I'm driving to my dad's house here, and the song came on the radio in November 2022, so I quickly recorded it. Here you go. On the radio.
Dicked on the radio.
German. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Hi, Maria.
Dude.
Insane, right?
Insane.
Well, let's get more insane because we got two more that are insane. Do the can you do the Jackson 5 first, because it's not as bad as the Bing Crosby.
So we've got a bad scale now?
Yeah, we got a bad scale now. This was actually the worst, but the other one's pretty bad too. The Bing Crosby is pretty bad because of the message. But if you could do Jackson 5 first.
Come on.
And remove you from the stage,
You
because
know I
Jackson
could,
5 is it could be like, you know, in this reality, Michael Jackson just forgot the words for a second. But in my reality, he didn't forget them, you know?
The king of pop forgot his words. Now.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to make it make sense. That's Bing.
Make it all make sense. Make it all make sense.
Yeah, okay, you know, he's only human. Yeah.
Can you see the screen I'm sharing?
Yeah, but it's Bing. It's not Jackson 5.
Dun 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 dun. I thought you had one labeled Jackson 5. Ah, there it is. So is it after? Yeah, it has to be. Share this tab instead.
And then Dr. Nate says, I always wanted a Mr. Super Sandy Wiener show.
There you go. There you go.
There you
One for the anals.
Mm-hmm. So this is very old, as you can tell by the graphic. Here we go. Santa Claus is coming to town by the Jackson 5. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows. Please complete the sentence.
When you've been sleeping.
No. He sees you when you're sleeping.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He knows.
Sees me. Oh, all right. Hold on. Let me read it again.
He knows when. I can
when
say
you're
when.
awake, right? When.
Okay, so you remember you're awake.
When you're awake, yeah.
Richard Minnick says when you're awake. What about you, boy?
I don't have a particular memory of it, but when you're awake would make the most sense.
Okay. General Sorrow says when you're awake. Sean Dent, when you're awake. Maria, when you're awake. Yes, it is creepy, Jackie. He sees you when you're sleeping. Absolutely creepy. 100%. Pushing buttons. Says when you're awake. Matrix Break says when you're awake. Let's see.
It is creepy.
I can't say it. But I'm going to put it on the screen for everyone to read it. Barbara says, I'm pretty sure they passed blue 6 decades ago to purple. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see. He knows when you're awake, says Jackie. You see it now?
Barbara.
When you're awake, Martin. Supernatural Battle Changes is when you're awake. Karen is when you're awake. Richard, when you've naughty. It's not that bad. The change isn't that bad. When you're awake, hey Dean. Dean HD is here. All right, we can go. So I have highlighted at the bottom, he knows when you're awake. So the lyrics say the correct lyric. He knows when you're awake. Daniel remembers he knows when you're awake as well. Okay, now we're going to hear what he actually sings.
Twice, gonna find out who's naughty and nice.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
Gonna find out.
Huh?
It was naughty or nice, always. You can't be both. But now, the Jackson 5, which is also Jackson 5, not the Jackson 5. Frank Sinatra, so many people sing and nice now. You can't be both.
Doesn't make sense.
No, Sam is
Right.
checking to see if you're naughty or nice. So, if you want to play it again, they sing and.
Whoa.
Who's naughty and nice.
Right.
Oh.
Clearly, and what?
Twice, gonna find out who's naughty and nice.
Pretty clear.
And besides that or beyond that, naughty is already a euphemistic way of saying bad or evil.
Yes, it
right?
is.
Saying
Yeah.
naughty. And so naughty or nice would be a way of telling a child, the difference.
Good or bad or good.
Right?
Yeah.
But now it's
Opposite.
like naughty and nice. Like now it doesn't make any sense anymore. No.
I don't know. I might have done that once or twice.
Okay, so here we go. This is what he sings now for that line.
He knows when you are awake. He knows when you are awake. He knows when you are awake.
So like I said, maybe he forgot the lyric in this reality, but it was not he knows when you are awake. It was he knows when you're awake.
Yep.
He sings you are awake.
Yep. I agree with both of the things that you just said.
And the only thing I could think of message-wise is woke.
Right. Knows when you're woke.
When you're woke. Mm-hmm. He knows when you are woke. But
Agreed.
yeah, so don't remember him singing he knows when you are awake.
No.
And now we can do Bing.
Favorite thing to do in the whole
Camera
world
sorrow.
is bang.
This is why Santa doesn't give presents to adults.
How do I know which one? Sandy.
Oh, it's the one right above this. So the link above this link. Richard said wake makes no sense. Wake and bake? Or
love
wake,
that
WTF. Richard is triggered. There's 3 comments by Richard.
Here we go.
All right. So, 2022 rewind. Bing Crosby. We just talked about this, guys. So if you heard the answer before, just answer what you remember.
I'm gonna grab
Have
coffee.
yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your blank be blank. I am surprised. I gotta tell you, I am very surprised by how many people do not know this song. I need Barbara, because Barbara listens to him. There we go. Sean knows it. Let your heart be light. I agree, Daniel. It sounds abnormal as late. Oh, Jehovah's daughter remembers heart be bright. I could go with that. It's not what I remember, but I could believe that. I believe there's a reality where it was heart be bright. Heart and light for pushing buttons. Heart, oh, my chat just jumped. Matrix break is heart be light.
Yeah, me too. Heart be light. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Karen is heart be gay. Let your hand be sandwiched. Maria's heart be light. Analog line. That is so loud. I'm going to mute him. Analog Lime is heart be light. It is a beautiful song. I agree. Until they change it, because now it's not beautiful. Jim says microwave exploding.
Like what? I mean, we all love ourselves some good espresso and cappuccino, but what the fuck?
That was loud.
Taken there, right? Like explodicino, like a explodicino, like a volcacino.
Oh, my cheeks hurt. Heart be flesh. All right, so listen, this is the lyrics, okay? It says, let your heart be light. All right? To be clear, the lyrics of the Christmas classic have not changed. Bing Crosby, his recording of the song, is the Mandela effect. So the one that you would hear on the radio, on all the albums of Bing Crosby singing it, that's what's Mandela. Let me see if he's back.
I'm back.
Mr. Super, you're back. Okay.
Also,
Yeah.
it could also be "Let Your Hearts Be Bright."
Yes, that was the
instead of-
alternative that she said.
Yeah, like "Let Your Heart Be Light" or "Let Your Hearts Be Bright."
Either way, I could go with, but that's not what he sings.
Oh, okay.
Here we
Next.
go. Yes.
Go.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let yourself be light.
Let yourself be light.
Lies.
Live?
Let
What?
Play it again.
Let yourselves be nice. That's
No,
what
it's let,
Oh, wait a
it's
minute.
let yourself be lies. Listen again.
Okay, spell that last word, please.
Lies.
Oh my God.
Listen to it.
Possible.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let yourself be light.
Wow. Yeah, it could easily be. Oh my God, Cindy.
It's let yourself be lies.
Let yourself be lies.
Let yourself be lice, like like ticks, like fleas.
I want that. I want that on a T-shirt. If I have a fan out there, send that to me. Immediately.
I do have a design of Joey dressed up like Santa holding a sign that says "Let yourself be lies." It was Bing Crosby, but then they took it off the store because even though I drew it, they said it. I can't put his likeness in the store, so I made a Joey as Santa.
Oh my. Have we hit rock bottom yet?
Pause so I can read it. Pause. So, in a Christmas special with Twiggy, Bing uses a lyric cheat sheet in his hand. He's reading the lyrics, okay? And he still messes it up. He sings lights instead of light. But stranger, from now on, our troubles has become next year all your trouble. So from now on, our troubles will be far away. Is next year all your trouble will be far away. So let it go.
Wow.
Yep.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light.
Lights.
Lights.
Next year, all your troubles will be out of sight.
Next year, all your troubles.
Not our, your.
Your.
And it was
Wow.
from now on. It was from now on. Our troubles will be out of sight.
Right.
Wow. This, yeah.
Now this
Yeah,
is
it's a
actually part
message of
a
long-term hope.
yeah.
a distant second hand kind of wish you well. Like, holy shit, dude.
So this was actually part of a huge presentation where I found that so many other people sang next year instead of from now on. And this is just a portion of it. This is just the big portion of it. So I don't know what's on the next slide. But the whole thing's messed up.
General Sorrow says, remember, people were afraid of a black hole would be created. Yeah.
Yes, by CERN by accident. Yes, General
That
Sorrow.
was like that was like 30 years ago, like 95, 1995. We're talking about that. Yeah.
Well, I don't think, Richard says CERN ain't got nothing to do with Jack. I don't think that's true. I think CERN amplifies whatever is causing the Mandela effect. They're not creating it, in my opinion. Because when they shut the machine off, I still see new Mandela effects all the time. But when they turn that machine on,
Yeah, absolutely.
I see bigger ones like this, let yourself be lies. I see crazier ones that seem to affect most people. So I do believe whatever CERN is doing, they're amplifying it.
I should look at a schedule of when they're running this thing and compare it to my time dilation theory.
Oh yeah, because I've already looked at the schedule, and we're going to know for certain.
You and I need to share some information and see if there's a correlation there. Because now I clocked times pacing all the way up over 300% in July, and now I have it going back down. It's at 175. I just checked it a couple days ago, so it's slowing back down significantly.
Well, they're about to shut it off for 3 years. So unless we have no Mandela effects for 3 years, they're definitely not causing it. They're shutting it off for 3 years.
Okay. Well, it gives us something backstage. We need to share a little info and see if there's a correlation.
Mm-hmm. So would you guys like to talk? Or I do have another song one I can share, but I have to go get it. Or do you want to share music? Do you want to call it a show?
I'll share. I'll share a song or two. Song or a dance to kick up our heels a little bit.
And I'll go grab that.
See what we get.
And Jim would like to see the correlation of the time dilation. Sounds exciting.
So would I. Now that it's come to light.
I may have the folder. I may have it.
I don't know who's not seen this one yet, but this is a real good one, real bell ringer for anyone who's following along with this ridiculous thing they're calling an experiment. Going to Antarctica and then coming back and telling us what we should believe. This is our tribute to you, Will Duffy. Thank you very little. Very little.
Karen says, I can't say it, Karen. It's because Karen's saying this a specific way. Bullshit.
All
right, here we go. Uh-oh, what happened?
I got a spinny wheel.
Uh-oh.
I'll get it rebuffered. It'll be okay. Well, yeah, I'll definitely try. I knew it was going to be funny about it. Oh, go back to the beginning. Try again.
Nobody cares that you've gone to Antarctica. Nobody cares what it is you see there. Nobody there on the 35th parallel. Nobody cares, so don't you shoot me there. Don't shoot me there. Nobody cares, so full of arrogance. Nobody cares that you're full of heart. And one day they'll see that it's level and stationary. One day they'll see what moves lights in the sky. Don't shoot me down. Don't shoot me down. Don't shoot me down. The time has come for us to think reality. You attack me to protect your own sanity. Wake up, my friend, because I'm not your enemy. Open your eyes and see that big light to me. And you to everyone. You see, including you and me. Don't shoot me down. Don't shoot me down. Don't shoot me down. Don't shoot me.
I hope that played okay.
It did. It was pretty. I don't have any more music. I'd have to get the music. That's the problem. But I do have one we can end on. It's a long one, but it's a great one to end on. And I usually end every show with it. Give me 1 second. Because it's one that most people know, but I found more. And that's why it's a long one. Because it's the old and the new mixed together. So there's the link at the bottom for you. This will be the last one for today.
Do you mind if we play another song first?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I haven't seen Barbara in any chat rooms in some time, and she is here.
Same.
So let's play a song.
While you're doing that, I want to take the time again to thank Pushing Buttons for saving Flickr, Richard Minnick with Merry Christmas, Jim from Florida with Bye Bye 2024.
Is that playing, Sandy?
No, because you're not on the stage. There you go. Start it over.
to be your love amazes me. What a powerful mix that is.
Beautiful.
Powerful.
Okay, so this will be the last one for today, not tonight. Okay. And both of you, please feel free to jump in with answers. So, many years ago now, I covered several issues with the poem that begins, "'Twas the night before Christmas," and all through the house. But before we get to the rewind, I have a new question to ask. Next slide, please. Please spell the middle name of the author, which I will say to help remind you of his name. And I can't remember it. Give me a minute. Clement C. Moore is what I normally say for the author. I'm going to get you the middle name in a minute. Clark. Clement Clark Moore. Please spell Clark. See, I kept seeing his name over and over and over again when I covered this the first time. And then I saw his name again, and I'm like, that's not right.
I could only guess. I don't have a memory.
Well, General Sorrow has both answers for us. It's Clark or Clark.
With an E or without?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. But it's only a guess. It's only what I would logically, right?
Barbara says I would spell it Clark. Marie says Clark with an E.
Ryan says IP freely.
I see. Not exclusives, Richard.
Can always count on Ryan.
Well, we can go on because this is the least important part of it. It does have an E now. I don't remember seeing the E.
You still here, boy?
He's here, but he may be in the kitchen.
He's AWOL.
I am in the kitchen. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. Back to it.
We can go on. All right, so I can't even begin to tell you how many teaching materials, books, articles, cartoons, and albums all spell his name without the E like I remember. But I will show you at least something of every type of residue. But before I do, we need to cover the rewind because the residue will give away the old Mandela effects. Next slide, please. To close out the Christmas season of previous Christmas seasons, the famous poem by Clement Seymour has changed again, and I'm curious to know what you remember. Next slide, please. First, in your memory, what is the title of the poem? What do you remember the poem being called? And all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. What do you remember, Mr. Super?
So
I don't
what's the
have-
question of not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
I don't have a memory on this one.
Okay. So, where did it go? I just
What
saw
was
the
the
answer.
title? Wait a minute now.
Supernatural Bible changes it,
title of the
remembers it
poem?
like I do. I can't click on it. There we go. 'Twas the night before Christmas.
Was the right?
Sean Dent.
I guess I missed what the question was. Yeah, 'twas the night before
Yeah.
Christmas.
Sean Dent remembers 'twas the night before Christmas. General Sorrow, 'twas the night before Christmas with an apostrophe.
I was going to say
Karen?
sometimes it had the apostrophe before it because it is a cleave. It's kind of like the word
Yeah.
cause, foreshortened for because.
Now here's the issue. Karen remembers 'twas. Maria remembers the night before Christmas. Pushing buttons is the night before Christmas. 'Twas for Jim. 'Twas for Maria. Maria's correcting to 'twas the night
I
before
wonder if
Christmas.
they're blurring it with the Nightmare Before Christmas in their minds a little bit, possibly the Tim Burton thing.
Yeah. 'Twas for pushing. It was. Yes. 'Twas the night before Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go on. The poem is called A Visit from St. Nicholas. I can't say this is a Mandela effect, but there are alternate titles, including A Visit from St. Nick, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, like I remember, and The Night Before Christmas. So it's a variation effect. The same poem has like 6 names.
That's a clear indicator for us, right?
Yes, it is.
It's like any way you like it, that's how it always was.
Yeah, Karen says, no way. No way. But this is a Mandela effect for me. Multiple title cards before the final poem title in the recreation of the original. These are the actual recreations of the original printing. And it's titled Visit from St. Nicholas and Visit from Santa Claus. So officially, the title is Visit from St. Nicholas and Visit from Santa Claus. Not 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, not the night before Christmas, nothing night before Christmas. A visit, not even a. Visit from St. Nicholas, period. Visit from Santa Claus, period.
Unreal.
Next slide. Now here's the new question. But the real Mandela for me are at the end. Mandela's for me at the end. Please fill in the blanks with the words you remember. And away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, blank he blank out of sight. Blank Christmas to all, and to all a good night. But I heard him exclaim,
good tidings, good tidings to all, right? I heard him. Oh, the blank.
All right, I want you to listen. But I heard him exclaim, blank he blank out of sight. So he's going out of sight.
As he blinked out of sight.
So you remember as he
blinked.
The other blank.
Blinked.
Blank.
Blinked or winked.
Winked out of sight. Blink or wink. Okay, you say blink or wink.
Yeah.
And then blank Christmas to all.
As he blinked. As he blinked out of sight.
Sean says
I'm going with blink. As he blinked out of sight.
Sean says as he flew, question mark.
Ooh.
Merry Christmas to all from General Sorrow.
Flew. That fits.
Supernatural Battle Changes says flew, question mark. As flew says pushing buttons. Merry Christmas for General Sorrow. Merry Christmas for Supernatural. Merry Christmas to all as he flew out of sight for Karen. As he flew out of sight, Merry Christmas for Maria. As flew for Matrix Break. Merry for pushing. As he went for General Sorrow.
Whoa. There you go. Every variety. Take your pick. It was that way forever.
Yeah. We can go on. We're all wrong.
Happy
Ere
Christmas.
he drove. Ere he drove.
He drove.
He drove.
He drove.
He hopped in his Lincoln and drove away.
Yeah.
Ere he drove out of sight. It was not that. It was as he flew for me. And it was Merry Christmas, not Happy Christmas to all.
As he flipped out his butt.
Yes, it is, Ray. It's not really new. This is actually episode 2. It's the Mr. Super Sandy Wiener show.
Yeah, exactly. With Loy on top.
Jim says as he dicked out of sight.
Why not?
This poem was written on December 23rd, 1823. It never said drove in my past. Ear means before. So before he drove out of sight. And Happy Christmas, these do not match my memory.
Happy Christmas. Oh, shit. How did we get
Supernatural
here?
says 100% Merry Christmas, happy is crazy.
How did this happen? Ah! I want my
So here's
timeline
some
back.
residue. As he flew out of sight, Mary. It says Mary. Does that say Mary? Or Mary? It says Mary. Okay. In my past, the words were, I heard him exclaim as he flew out of sight, not before drove. And it was Merry Christmas, not happy. Do you share my memory? General Sorrow, Mandela Effects naughty version. Ray says, so brand new. Yeah.
Santa, you bastard. Push. Santa, you bastard.
Right,
before he drove out of sight, so he could still hear it. Before, right?
See you next slide. Look, check it out. You can buy it with Ear He Drove.
Wait, was that a
There-
beak I saw on that reindeer?
I hope so. I hope it was a beak.
So do I. It was in the wrong place, though. Oh, man.
There is very little residue. All is mixed with only parts matching my memory. 95% of all prints of this poem say "Ere he drove" and "Happy Christmas."
Happy Christmas. Oh, my.
So here's some residue of "Flew Out of Sight" and "Merry Christmas." But some even had "Ere he drove," but at least they still have "Merry Christmas." Or "As he drove." Look at Snoopy driving. That's why it's orange, because it's a mix. Cushion says, at least it's not in German, I guess. So here's more of the orange with a mix. But the middle is exactly what I remember. Heard him exclaim as he flew out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Sean says, this is new for me. It was new for me too in 2021. So here is the crazy titles. We have "The Night Before Christmas," or a visit from St. Nicholas. Or does that say a visit of? It does. It says "Visit of St. Nicholas."
It sure does.
Get out of here. That's supposed to be from, and now it's of. Fantastic.
Yeah.
New version.
How about that? The of is right here.
Visit of St. Nicholas. Why are there dots under the T? Weird. So here is "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." It's in green because it is my memory. And check out Clark in the center. There is no E.
Mm-hmm.
Clement, C-L-A-R-K. More. On an album.
Funny, I got the Mandela fork, saw it both ways, even though I was only guessing. I didn't have a reference to go by. Still, I could sense the fork. Pretty good. I'm on 11.
"The Night Before Christmas" by, and here's Clark again. So this is residue of Clark with no E. "The Night Before Christmas." I should have put red around them because I remember "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
Yep. Twas.
Barbara is correcting you. 11 is my number. My number, says Barbara.
Oh, we'll talk.
"A visit from St. Nicholas." That Clark is spelled correctly. Why is the moon upside down like that? Oh my God. Do you see the moon?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh no.
Still here. I can hear you.
Okay, because my audio kicked out because an alarm went off on my iPad. Do we see
it
the
only
moon?
affected you. Yeah, it's upside down.
Do we see the
Sure is.
moon?
Yep.
Oh my
Frowny
goodness.
face. They're normalizing all of that stuff back in movies. The streaks across the sky and upside down moons all being added to old movies to make it look like it's always been that way.
The bedspread also kind of looks like flames. Yeah, lunar eclipse. Yeah, I know. Weird. Next slide, please. "A visit from St. Nicholas. 'Twas the night before Christmas" poetry. And then we have Clark spelled correctly. Next. I don't know how much residue's here. More Clarks. We can move on. It's just Clark. There's a 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Now the cartoon is still 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And the cartoon remembers Clark without the E, like I remember.
Funny, 'twas makes sense because, it just does, right? But how many times do you actually see it used? That's like the only place, the practical application of it, I would say,
But wait. I'm wrong. The cartoon doesn't have 'twas. The cartoon is the. The cartoon was 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And it's the. That's sad. Okay, so here's residue of music. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Also with Clark correctly.
You look at they're using different apostrophes too. Like one's correct, one is not correct. The upper one and the middle one, those are different.
The one on the bottom is correct. The one on the top is not.
It's an opener. That's a closer. They're using it as an opener.
Bizarre.
That makes sense because you have like open quotes and closing quotes, open parenthesis, closing parenthesis. Same rule here. So the AI Mandela effect thing is stupid to boot.
Full residue in the bottom right, and this whole page is full residue. Clark without the E and 'twas. Next slide. Okay, so this is a teacher's thing to give to the class to do on the last day of school before break, where they do like a word search. And 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and Clark is spelled correctly. And there's Blitzen. What is it now?
Yeah, one of them has changed completely.
On Donner, on Blitzen, on Comet, on Cupid. No, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner. It's Donder.
Yes, Donder. Yep, that's right. Yep, absolutely. Yep. I was going to say I thought it was Donner. Yep, Donder.
On Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer, and Vixen.
On Chewy, on Pavo.
No, Blitzen is also Blixen now too.
Oh wow, great.
So Blitzen is residue there.
So we are winding down the stream soon, folks, but the link is pinned at the top. Any last words? Join up, quick.
Yeah.
You are welcome to join. This is an open panel. Woo!
Yes, the excuse is that Donder and Blixen are the German translation. There's that German again.
Yeah, I would believe that. Absolutely correct.
But isn't Blitzen German? So why do they have to go with the X, Blixen?
I don't.
That's
have
an
all
old
the answers
Mandela.
Yet. Yeah, it sure is. At least the Donder one is. That one changed first, as far as I know. I go all the way back to Cheech and Chong. On Chewy, on Tavo. It was really funny.
We can go on. The Clement Clark Moore and 'Twas with the weird double VW.
Flipped apostrophe.
With apostrophe as well. We can go on.
See, I noticed the little stuff, Sandy.
Bonus. The Night Before Christmas. While looking for residue, I kept seeing something strange on books. Looks like we have another question. Next slide, please.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes or no? Have you ever heard of vintage animated books? Yes or no? Have you ever heard of vintage animated books?
I think I'm lost on the definition of animated.
Yeah, are we talking about the flip books? Whereas you flip the pages, it animates some image on there? If so, yes. Otherwise, maybe
Are you talking about a pop-up book?
No, just a book. As you flip through the pages, each image is a little bit different, so it animates as you flip through.
Oh, you mean like the kind where, depending on the way you move it,
No, but
like the
what does
baseball cards where it looks like they're swinging the bat?
No,
Yeah.
I mean like just drawing a slightly different image on each page, so your mind perceives them as frames. It's called a flip book.
Oh, like
You
a
just
flip book.
rapidly
No,
flip.
no,
Yes.
not like a flip book.
Then
So
no.
what is an animated book?
We're gonna
Karen
find out.
is a no.
We're about to find out.
Yep. What WTF is that? Says Matrix Break.
Right?
Next slide.
Here we go.
So I was gonna say, if you remember pop-up, it's kind of like a pop-up.
Yeah.
When I say animated, I am not referring to illustrated. Similar to pop-up books, these had cardboard layers, so you could move illustrated characters back and forth. I remember books like this as a kid, but they were never called animated in my past. They were just pop-up books.
No, I do remember. I do have a particular memory of that with levers, that would make it would have levers on the edge of the page, which would make
Sort of.
things.
I think they're slightly different than Mr. Mosara. That's why I'm showing it. I'm just waiting to go to the next slide. So here's what I'm asking. Have you ever seen a book say Raggedy Ann and Andy with animated illustrations? And if they didn't have animated on the front, it will say animated by artist's name. Do you ever recall seeing or reading books with animated on the cover?
No.
I have never seen animated illustrations.
Firmly no. Never ever.
Matrix Break is laughing.
I'll bet.
He says no. All right, next slide. Karen says they were never called animated. So here's all the animated. So animated by Julian Ware. It was The Night Before Christmas, animated. Animated by Meg Wahlberg. The Night Before Christmas, animated. Ray, we did tell you about this. You were going to the beach, remember? Don't even try it. You said, nobody told me about this. Was this sanctioned?
Yeah, right.
We told you.
I have a record of it.
Maria says no. Barbara says apparently they were too poor for animation.
It was a sanctioned. Yeah, Nancy rigged the whole deal, dude.
Ryan says sanctioned by FAFO Schwartz. Swartz.
The link's at the top, Ray. Got a few minutes left.
Pushin says, all my animation came over the radio.
Right.
Okay, next one. Here's Popeye and the Pirates, animated. Peter Rabbit, animated. Animated by the Sal Field Publishing Company. Sally Field. Check it out. Zoom in on top right. I said, how ironic, Sal Field. You see it? At the bottom? Where it's pointing to. Animated by A. Shank, the Sal Field Publishing Company. If that's not a red flag saying, look, Mandela here. Sal Field. Like, come on. Next slide, please. I'm just showing you the amount of books that all say animated. We should have seen this. I think we should have seen this at some point. Mother Goose, Wizard of Oz, Red Riding Hood, and check out the O's in Hood. Do you see that, Mr. Super? at the bottom between Snow White and Hansel and Gretel? Puss in Boots, Snow White, Hansel and Gretel, Red Riding Hood with the O's that are overlapping and the H's and the R's broken all the way back then. These are all animated storybooks. Pushing buttons. You Mandela'd me. You really Mandela'd me. General Sorrow. Reference to, I guess, Cleopatra being Greek. Wait, isn't Snow White African? Yeah, at the movie, yeah. Mr. Super, you still with us? Ah, there we go. So yeah, I just want to show that they're all animated, with animated pictures.
I was muted.
Ah,
I was asking you about this O and W thing. What is going on with the line there between the O and the W? It looks like
Oh,
the O is.
that's a scratch in the cover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because that
I
was a
wondered
new
that
thing
too
for
when I
me.
saw
I'm
it.
like, what in the world is that? Something new? Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Karen says
Moving
I'm
right
72,
along.
and I think I would have seen or remembered that, so I call this bogus.
By now, yeah.
Are any of these Mandela effects for you? Every single one of them is for me. Let me know what you remember in the comments below.
And with that, folks, we have a show.
That's it, folks.
Dun, dun,
Boy.
dun.
Boy, are you with us?
He's spending an awful lot of time in the kitchen. We need to talk.
Yes. Boy, come back. I want to thank all of you for showing up last minute at such an odd time.
Yeah, well,
Me
Yeah.
too.
And I do want to make that announcement again that the show could be Sunday instead of Saturday. It could start a little bit earlier or later, depending on who's helping me that day. Because until January, Jeff will not be able to do the show. So please make sure you have the bell clicked for all notifications. Check out the community tab, because I always post shows there. And if I do, you can set a reminder for when the show starts. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. Make sure to hit a like before you leave. Mr. Super, are you sharing this on your channel? Doesn't look like you are.
No, I just posted a community tab to help with notifications going out and pointed to your stream.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So you get the views that way. A few people would have been lonely on my stream. This is actually a better plan.
Well, Pushing Button says, thanks, Sandy, Mr. Super Sidewinder, Voy, and chat. Much love. Rest in peace, Zulu One.
Yes, absolutely. And boy, thanks a lot for joining in. Hope you got your kitchen cleaned. That was an awful lot of time in there, dude.
Thank
Love
you
you,
for
man.
jumping on here, Voy. We
I told you
appreciate
I'd be spending time in the kitchen,
it.
but
Even if you have to hear this on replay.
It's all
You-
good, man.
you guilted me into it. So you know.
Well, at
so
least you did your part and then some. So again, thank you. Hats off. Literally not wearing a hat because of you.
yeah, well, thanks, guys. For doing
Neither
this.
am I.
There you go. Both our hats are off to you, boy.
Yeah. And thank you again to Pushing Buttons for saving Flickr, Richard Minnick, and Jim from Florida. I really do appreciate it. You
Ooh,
guys
one
are
last
awesome.
shout out. We got Jehovah's daughter, Barbara. Lugnut Lori. Stuck it out to the end. Woo, good going, sis. Matrix Break, hanging tough. Richard Mimic. Sean Dent. Parody Mike. Maria, jump in here anytime you want, Sandy. General Sorrow. Jim from Fla. Pushing
From Fla.
buttons. Well, it's actually Fla, but I didn't want to go. You know, yeah, you know. Supernatural Bible changes sure are. Look in Revelations. The bowls are gone. They're vials now. In the studio. Seen a lot of doubles. Lots of doubles to all you doubles. Thanks. You've been here a while. That's proof.
Unindoctrinated.
Yeah, I can't forget my pal Ryan.
Or Ray. Ray's in the chat.
Ray. Thanks for kinda showing up. Kinda.
Did you say General Sorrow?
Yep, I sure did, but I'll say it again. General Sorrow. My kind of dude.
John Nada was here in the very beginning.
He's old and crusty like I am. We're practicing like our napping skills now, so we're in it together. David Wiley.
Wiley.
Oh, Wiley. Like Coyote. Yup. On it. If I missed anybody, I don't know what to say,
Sean?
man.
I gotta tell you, I mean, wintertime is a good time to to perfect
your. Sure, I'm going through.
To perfect your napping skills.
Going through with you to make sure we didn't miss anyone. But I see lots of doubles, triples, and quadruples. Jackie was here.
Yep, Jackie was here.
Jackie was
here.
Karen's here. An apple eater with Rome. Welcome. Welcome on Rumble.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, and the Rumblers. Yeah, we got Rumblers. Woohoo!
Yes.
So we're on 2 channels.
Happy. Thank you to the other 11 people watching on Rumble. You guys are awesome.
Ooh, 11. That's good. Hope the chat's active. You guys chatted
12.
up over there.
It's 12 or 13.
Good. Rumble's chat, they updated the other day, and Rumble's chat is terrible now. Sometimes you'll get double comments. Sometimes it'll just like take your comment and not put it up. If you try to use emojis, more often than not, your comment will not go through. So just avoid emojis and have a good time until they fix it, I suppose. It doesn't seem like it would be that hard. Rumble should get on the ball.
I'm actually going to hop over to Rumble really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And see if I see anybody there that we missed.
For me, about 80% of the time, everything I put in a Rumble chat now comes up at least 2 times. It's not happening to everybody, though.
Nope, I just see Karen and Apple Eater with Rome. But it does say that there's 8 watching right now, so thank you to those 8 of you over there. And guys, we will see you. I'll see you this weekend. I just don't know, again, the day or the time. If it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. Who's going to be joining me? Mr. Super is going to help out when he can. But Jeff will not be joining us until January. Until after the holiday shows. So, thank you again, Boy. And thank you, Mr. Super.
So welcome. Thank you, Sandy.
Yeah, it was fun.
I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Enjoy the new outro by Mr. Super.
Thanks again, Boy.